died. Are they both alive? I know one of them passed.
I'm not sure who it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I need to get Ron back on the show. I need to reach out to him.
He's still competing. When are you going to compete this year? I guess he didn't get an invite to the Olympia. No.
Who's that?
Ron. I was talking about Ron.
Oh, was he trying to get an invite?
Yeah, special invite, I think.
Yeah, I think he's just messing around though.
No.
Because him and Robbie had been talking trash to each other, I think.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I actually watched Fuad's channel the other day, and they brought up Robbie's comments. He had Nick Walker on. Did you see it, Ryan?
No, I didn't check that one.
Yeah, they just talked about it for a few minutes, and they wanted to know about
what did Nick have to say about that?
They just talked. They're very brief about it. They just Fuad asked him and Ian how they felt about Robbie's comments, if it bothered them. They just both said no.
Nah, man. I mean, you know what? I mean,
and they changed the subject. They didn't even talk about it.
Well, good for them, because bodybuilding, you have to have thick skin in the sport, man. I mean, if you don't, then you need to try a new sport, because I don't care. You can be an 8-time Mr. Olympia and still get your critics where people are just bashing you, and you're going to have the good critics and the crap critics. So
yeah, that's true.
That's the sport, man. I mean, the best in the world, just everyone gets it on some form or other. So
yeah, I agree. Without doubt, you can't avoid it, really, can you?
Yeah, you better be bodybuilding for the love of the sport and for yourself. I mean, first and foremost,
I think that's probably exaggerated now that you've got social media too.
I could have. Can you imagine back in your day, man?
No.
Back in the 90s, or all these guys, or
No, because I mean, a lot of trash talk was talked anyway back then, and you still heard about it, but
oh yeah,
social media had been around. Holy crap, it'd have been another level. Absolutely level.
I think Phil Heath was like the real first Mr. Olympia that really was in the social media era.
Yeah,
and he got a good amount, man. So
he got bashed, right?
A lot, man, a lot.
I don't understand that. I don't understand why you would bash him. I mean, an incredible athlete, incredible bodybuilder. It wasn't even like most of the years that he competed, it wasn't even close, was it?
No, man. He was like, like most of the years that he did compete, it was a battle for second place with him as well. He was a very strong Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Put him at his best in the lineup today, and what happens? He dominates, right?
I would say so. From what I see.
Yeah, I think so. Because I mean,
it's hard though. I see a lot of this on social media. I'm sure you guys see it too, where they'll compare one era to another era. You can't do that unless you see them side by side. You really can't do it. Every show's got different lighting, photography is different, everyth's different. So you can make whichever one look better than whatever you want. Really.
Exactly. And also depending on the era, who's the champion in that era, and what physique were they chasing? So it's totally, you can't do that.
Speaking of which, I was watching YouTube, just looking at different old bodybuilding videos, and the 1977 North Americans that Mike Mentzer won. Have y'all seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I can't recall, but
yeah. But dude, he was like, he blew everybody away in there. Is Albert Beckles, is his first name Darcy Beckles too, or does he go by, or is that his brother? I might sound stupid here, but there was a Darcy Beckles that competed back then. Yeah, but I thought, but anyways, they interviewed him after the show, and he says that he only, like most guys, he said most guys train 3 hours a day. He said he trained 3 hours a week. That's all he trained.
Mike Mentzer said that.
Yeah.
Yep. No, he was like one of the first original high intensity training style of actual bodybuilders, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, he was involved with Nautilus, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, Arthur Jones. He linked up with Arthur Jones, and Arthur Jones was the brainchild for the high intensity training.
It's actually coming up on 20 years he's been dead.
Really?
Yeah,
Answer.
Yeah, 2001.
That guy was an incredible guy. I underestimated him until recently. Probably in the last 5 or 10 years, I really looked into his life and what he did. But I've got some original Nautilus stuff in my gym here at my house. And some of that, it's a side lateral shoulder press combo, what you drop set, you like your superset with. And he was way ahead of his time, man. Way ahead of his time. I mean, his theories and principles. I know that's one of the reasons why I want to do the show in Deland, because, you know, one of his first experiments with Sergio Olivier, I believe Boyako, Mike Mensa, was actually at Deland High School.
Yeah, that's where his headquarters was based out of in Deland, correct?
Yeah, and then he moved to Lake Wales or Lake Mary. I'm not sure one of them.
Yeah, Lake Mary.
Yeah, Lake Mary. But yeah, I mean it's almost like that was the old mecca of bodybuilding. You know, you had California, then you had kind of Deland, Florida.
That's pretty cool. That's like right down the road from me.
It's amazing. No, it's amazing. I mean,
and if you look back in the day, there was a lot of like there's some old pictures from like the 1970s of like Sergio and Arnold that are all taken in Deland.
Yeah.
Back at the facility, but it was outdoors.
It's incredible, really, isn't it? What a piece of history that is. It really is. It's amazing.
What do you guys think is the mecca of Florida? What do you think as far as gyms?
Wow. Sheesh. I mean,
I don't know. There really is. Is there any old school gyms left open in Florida?
I don't know. Is there? I mean,
you got all those new ones down south, Redcon and Chris Bumstead's place down there. What's that? Whatever it's called. Revive. Yeah. Yep. But they're all brand new.
Downtown Powerhouse Gym in Tampa was pretty dang good, man. That was a great facility to go to.
They moved.
They moved the locations. I mean, I haven't been to the new location, but back when it was in the downtown location, man, that place was a pretty good gym.
What about MI40?
I wouldn't call it a mecca because it's very, very. Is it still private, semi-private, where they don't even let most people in?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I haven't.
No, but you can do a guest pass because I did a guest pass there a couple weeks ago.
There's a new place called RP Fitness. I heard it's like the up and coming mecca.
That's what I heard. I heard.
Wow, all these people are going there and just morphing into these mutants, man.
The gym business has changed so much.
Yeah,
it really has. I mean, it's not like it used to be where you had general public gyms where you had all your bodybuilders. I mean, they're all a lot of them are private facilities, really. You know, like MI40, like your place, Ryan. I mean, I know they have. Do you do regular memberships at your place?
Yeah, we do. It's a very limited. I mean, we're only taking a limited amount though, just due to the size of the facility.
Right.
We may be expanding in the next near future as well. So
cool, awesome. Well, let me know. I'd like to come over and see. I'll give you a hand moving the equipment and all that.
Yeah, man. We were supposed to train last time. I don't know what happened. We got too caught up.
I chickened out. I saw size here and it scared me. No, you know what? I'm back. I'm actually back training now.
You and I both.
But I am back training.
You and I both, man. I had a pretty rough month of last month, and I was kind of just all over the place. But this past couple of weeks, man, I've been really back at it.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
Yeah, that's good.
But hopefully we need to get a workout in next time I'm over.
Yeah, man.
No doubt.
I guess JP's coming on at 8.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I've got 8 minutes.
Yeah, I thought I told him 7:30 too, but oh well.
So you got a few more minutes before they come on. What's the name of the show that's coming up this week? Is it the Legions? Is that the name of the show? The Legions?
Legion Sports Fest.
Legion Sports Fest. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Where's that?
Yeah,
it's a pro show coming up this weekend. Looks like it has a pretty good lineup.
Oh, so then Shaun Clarida doing the Open.
Yeah, man, he's jumping into the Open.
That's cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see because I know Cedric McMillan's making a comeback, so he's going to be there competing.
I hope he nails it, man.
He does. It's not even close, but I want to see him and Shaun Clarida standing next to each other. That's going to be an interesting
How tall is Cedric?
He's got to be what, like 6'2", 6'1"?
Yeah, he's over 6 foot.
Yeah, he's over 6 foot. So I want to see him and Clarida standing next to each other.
I used to love that about like my era. I don't know if did they already have 212 coming in when you were competing, Ryan?
Yeah, they had 212, but it was originally there was like 202 division.
Right.
And it went up to 210. Then they moved up to 212.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. Like back in when in the 90s when I was competing, you had so many different structures and different size shapes. You know?
Yeah, man.
Like I said earlier, like Lee Labrada competing against Lee Haney or
yeah, that was great, man.
Lee
Priest, man, he was. I mean, but you know what? I think the judging criteria was a little different back then. They gave these guys a greater chance. Nowadays, I don't think. I mean, with the judges' eyes, the smaller guys never really get the opportunity to stand next to these bigger guys.
Do you agree with that?
We'll see. I mean, size seems to be trumping everything in the competitive world nowadays. So,
but when you look at a physique and how it's balanced and your mass, you know, like your balance between your buys, tries, times, surely a good little one can beat a good bigger.
Of course. Look at Sean Ray. Look at, Lee Labrada, Rich Gaspari, Lee Priest, Momo Benaziza. I mean, come on, man. These amazing physiques where they didn't just judge them based on muscularity being the biggest, criteria.
Steve Brisbois.
Exactly.
Incredible physiques, just incredible. I think bodybuilding is more interesting when they do that, when they give those guys a chance.
Yeah, I mean, and if they do that, you know what? Then it's going to force these bigger guys to get their ass in conditioning and come to the show on point. Because if you take a guy like, for instance, Shaun Clarida, he's a mini like Ronnie Coleman. He's complete. I mean, he's hard. So if he beats some people, maybe that'll make these other guys like. And if Cedric comes off, I mean, maybe that'll make him put his ass in the gym and hit that cardio and suffer a little bit more to get in shape.
I think that'll be good for bodybuilding. We had the similar instance that we were talking about earlier at our show this past weekend, our nationals, our USA finals.
Right.
And, if these big bodybuilders like the mass monsters actually came in condition, it wouldn't even be close. But then you get a smaller guy coming in and annihilating him in condition, or the big guy doesn't actually nail his condition. Why would you put that guy first? You need to reward. I don't get me wrong. It shouldn't be just about condition.
No.
Size, muscle shape, symmetry. But it should all come into play. The person that ticks off the most boxes should be the winner.
I agree.
I don't think you should dismiss the smaller athletes just because they're small.
I agree 100%. Like I said, if you look at the 212 division, okay, so let's take the Olympia, for instance. Take the 212 division and look at the Open. The 212 division, the conditioning was on point. Everybody in the top 5, man, was dialed in and looked phenomenal. They're not, trying to be the biggest guy. They have to maintain a certain weight. So all those guys are 100% focused on conditioning. Where the Open guys, I mean, it just seems like they wanted their primary focus is just on fullness. And just keeping some size to the muscle, and they lack conditioning. So,
and I appreciate the fullness. I respect it. I mean, at the end of the day, people. I mean, both me and you competed with a lot of mass. I mean, we were chasing that mass, but you know that if you get a big guy in condition, he looks even bigger.
Exactly, 100%. See, there has to. You can't. Let me say how I say this. I mean, fullness is important. Only when it doesn't sacrifice your conditioning.
Yeah.
So I was always to the school of hard knocks where, I'd rather be conditioned and lack fullness than be full and lack conditioning.
Yeah.
Conditioning was always trumped fullness.
I think the ideal scenario is to have both, obviously, as full as you can with the condition, but
100%.
Just like at our show this past weekend, I don't think you can justify rewarding a bodybuilder just because he's way bigger than everybody else if he doesn't have that show condition. And and again, balance and symmetry should come into it, not just pure mass. If everything's big, then great.
Yeah, it's all about who has the the best mix of all the boxes. You know, who checks the most boxes, like you said. And if they all check the boxes, then the size and should trump the
Exactly. But not at all cost, right?
No, not at all costs. No.
What do you
How long
think?
has this Legion Sports Fest been around?
Is this the first year, second year?
I was gonna say, because I'm not too familiar with this.
No, it's a newer show.
It's in Reno.
Yes, in Reno.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I mean, there's some good guys that are showing up for the show. You have Cedric Millen. Obviously, he has to be the favorite. He's on favorite going
Here,
into it.
I'll put up the scorecard here.
Then you have Shaun Clarida, Regan Grimes, which Regan has been working with Milos for the past.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's been looking good
Since the Olympian. And man, I'm telling you what, it looks like he's in making some pretty significant improvements.
That'll be an interesting show.
You also have Sergio Oliva Jr.
Yeah.
He's doing it. And I'm sure he's wanting to, you know, come in much better than he did at the Arnold. So, and I probably would put money on that he will.
I don't know some of those other guys, do you?
There's a young guy that's doing it too by the name of Martin Fitzwater. I don't know if you've ever seen this guy. I mean, he's
yeah, he's right here out of Colorado.
Yeah, he's out of Colorado. He trains at what's the Armburst Pro Gym.
That's where Phil trains, right?
Yeah, Phil. But the kid is, I mean, I'm gonna tell you what, the kid's gonna be. He's got a future for himself.
Let me see if I can find him on here.
Hi, Jean-Pierre.
Hello, guys.
There you jump here. We're talking about the Legion Sports Fest that's coming up this weekend.
I knew that after 3 seconds.
Yeah, right. I was just bringing up this young guy, Martin Fitzwater. Are you familiar with him?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's pretty dang impressive, and he's got a great future ahead of himself.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
he did the Dallas show, got top 5, but he was a little off. But he still did really well.
yeah, it's definitely very symmetrical, and
Yeah, he's very
How old is he?
He's got to be what, mid-20s, 25, 26. He's young.
I did see him compete, I think, at the 2019 North American.
Yeah. That's where he turned pro, right?
I was actually so focusing on my guy who won the overall. I have no idea.
Okay.
I just remember that on the pictures backstage they took, he was on there. I think he was second, I believe, in his class, or maybe one, possible.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's quite impressive, man. He's got a great future ahead of him if he keeps everything, in control.